Begonia Beefsteak. We'll be taking a look at my plants of Begonia Beefsteak, and here's what the flower looks like. It's a bit breezy, so I'm not going to be able to get a good zoom in of the detail. But they make these flower stalks in the early spring. And these are super easy to grow. I'll try to pronounce the scientific name, Erythrophylla, and this is in a rhizome form. And here's, the rhizomes tend to, well, they don't make deep roots, they kind of run along the surface of the soil and just under the soil. But if you're wanting a begonia that's easy to care for, to get started doing begonias, this is an excellent one to do. And the basics of it are bright indirect sunlight, keep the soil moist but never soaking wet, and they like humidity, and a tray of pebbles that are moist, and then setting the pot on top so the pot doesn't get too wet. The leaves are rather shiny. Let me scoot back because the sun's shining. I like giving them morning sunlight. We're having a nice day today, so they'll get to be outside today. But here's some detailed growing instructions if you want to get more technical with them. And they'll grow for many years even if you just do the basic care type things. But they like a peat-based compost, and in a sense you really only need to fill the pot halfway full or use a small shallow pan, because the roots just don't go very deep and they'll eventually start creeping over the side like this one. And then you can either repot it and try to get that to root up through the soil, or you can cut it off. These are very easy to propagate. You can even cut a leaf in half and put the leaf in the soil, and roots will start growing from the leaves. Or you can even just take a stem and cut the stem and stick the stem in the soil, and that'll grow as well. But like I said, a peat-based compost is best, but any basic good soil they're going to be able to handle that. They like normal room temperatures. They don't really like being below 55 degrees, so they're best really for inside the house, but I bring them outside when their temperature outside is what they like, about 70 degrees. And during the growing season, like spring and summer, you can use a diluted liquid fertilizer every 2 weeks. And also during the growing season, water them moderately. They need just a little bit more water than a cactus, so allow the first 1 inch of soil to dry out, and then you don't really need to soak them down in water. And I really do about half a cup of water for my largest ones that I have here. And light's very important. You don't want them to get too much sunlight or too much direct sunlight, and really an hour or more is going to be too much for them. But an hour or less of direct sunlight is great, but they do great in indirect bright sunlight, and definitely no hot sunlight or afternoon sunlight. But like I said, these are super easy to grow. I'll zoom in on them some more. I have several of these plants that I'm starting to sell on eBay, and I have some more that are smaller sizes, because these can get kind of expensive. But check out my other YouTube videos. I do YouTube videos also about what's growing in my garden, but it's winter right now, so things are rather dormant, and but things will start growing back soon. But anyhow, like and subscribe and tell me about your begonias. Thanks for watching.